In what way does your media product use, develop, or challenge forms and conventions of a real media product? First up, what does this mean? When we say products used, we mean codes and conventions used in the production of our film. Develop means to build upon or to further something. Conventions are the key things that are needed to make the film part of the thriller genre, and challenge something is to change something or make something different. There are many things that need to be taken into consideration to find the film is suitable for the significant genre. A key feature to all films in production is the production logo. This was taken into consideration, and after analysing other pre-existing films, we found the correct amount of time this is to be displayed. A lot of codes and conventions must be implemented to convey to the audience the genre of the film, things such as the theme of crime, use of black and white, and hidden or false identity. Our film opens with the production logo. This conveys to the audience who produced the film. This is also implemented into the beginning of the film to advertise the company to claim recognition for their work and future products. This is displayed in other films such as Kill Bill. After the production logo, there is the distribution company. This reflects to the audience who is distributing the product to them. We chose Studio Canal because we felt it was beneficial to the production we had created, by offering availability to productions that aren't supported by the Big Six. These logos are also seen at the beginning of other films such as Kill Bill. The opening scene is a pan to the right from behind a tombstone. This reflects the main character to the audience and the environment. The audience do not know any background information about the character, of which was revealed later on in the opening. This was a challenge for our film. The full body shot hides nothing about the character from the audience. This is shown in other films such as The Bourne Identity. A close-up is used to show the emotions of the character. This allows the audience into the mind of the character. We decided to make the main character dress formally as it is suited to his job, and we decided to dress him in a long trench coat as it is seen as quite popular in the detective characteristics of characters such as Sherlock Holmes. The flashback is then initiated to the scene. This is connected with the white wipe that brings the flashback forward. The entire flashback is conveyed in a black and white filter. Using this effect reflects the distant memory to the audience that is viewing, and is used as one of many codes and conventions of the thriller genre. The black and white filter idea was taken from the film Kill Bill. The two shades convey the eeriness of the situation. The flashback idea was taken from Face Off, and how the character had an emotional attachment for another character that was killed. The main character is shown having a moment with the child. This allows the audience into the intimate moment the characters share. The fact that the child is sitting on the knee shows the audience the emotional attachment the characters share. This then leaves the audience feeling sympathy for the character that is at the grave. The idea of the intimate moment comes from the film Face Off. Neither of the characters look or concentrate on the outside world, but only on each other. A match on action is used as the little girl leaves their room, then seeing her enter and escalate up the stairs in another. To this point, the music is still very eerie. It starts with eerie piano music to match with the location of the graveyard. It continues to be soft in the flashback because the mood is calm. The increase in the music acts as a sting once the danger is seen in scene. The best way to convey this was to use a close-up of the gun because it tells the audience something is going to go horribly wrong. It speeds up to reflect the speed of the unfolding events and to show tension. A fight scene is initiated as the main character attacks the masked villain. Fights and chase scenes are a common code and convention of the thriller genre. Having the villain masked and hidden identity was a challenge we use in our production because in typical thriller films the identity of the villain is usually known. The point of this challenge was to leave the audience in more questioning of who the person is and what their involvement with the main character is. This idea was taken from the film Kill Bill, as the identity of Bill is hidden to begin with. After the fighting scene, the chase scene follows. We use the stairs as an expression of suspense and for the idea of what goes up must come down. This is shown in the film Bourne, when he has been caught in a building and plan to make his escape. This leads to the trouble of removing himself from the situation as he has to make his way down again. As the main character chases the villain, the shot becomes very quick, then followed by a Foley gunshot. This conveys to the audience the speed at which the event unfolded and how helpless the father was to help his daughter. As the scene comes back to the present day, the detective kneels to the gravestone to show respect and to show emotional weakness. The scene is very quickly reverted back to the flashback to show the villain throwing the body of the child before running out of the house. We used the idea of the villain killing the child as we felt it showed the codes and conventions of revenge. The identity is sealed so the man could have some sort of hatred towards the detective. We also decided to dress the man in black because it shows and conveys he may be working in the shadows, of which shadows are codes and conventions of the thriller genre. The use of black and white flashbacks could also convey the shadows of the past. We challenged the idea of killing a child in our production, as it is usually an adult that is killed. Murder is also a code and convention of the thriller genre. Using all of the codes and conventions solidifies the genre of the film while outlining what the character is expecting to see later on in the narrative. A blur was applied to change the location of the scene, but not the time period. The main character is seen cradling his newly deceased daughter. This conveys an emotional weakness the character now carries. After this mid-shot, a pan to a lit photo frame is used to convey the closeness of the characters. The emotions shown in this way was demonstrated by Face Off. Archer cradles his child's body because of their closeness. Once the flashback closes with the white bloom, a sound effect was added over a close-up shot of the character's face. We chose to use the same close-up as before because it conveys to the audience the level of concentration the character has. The sound effect is added to show the breaking of the concentration and bringing them back to reality where their phone is ringing.
Talk to me, Chief.
This is where another character is added. The scene is now set in the police department office with a man on the phone. This office scene conveys quite a few aspects and key information about the film, one of these being the historical period the film is set in. This is displayed with the computer and the use of the mobile phones. Cross-cutting is used to show the conversation between the two men. The information given is meant to be private, but is allowing the audience in on the information given. The use of photographs are a part of the codes and conventions of the thriller genre. We also use this to create a link between the pictures and the later displayed female. Once the conversation is over, a close-up of Walter's feet is used to reflect the progression of the investigation along with the determinations to get somewhere. The car also shows the historical period, as it is a modern-day technology used in a normal day-to-day life. A mid-shot is used as the detective sits in his car. The scene then cross-cuts again to a close-up of the phone ringing. This allows the audience into who the character is calling. It is then revealed to be the woman in the photographs seen before. This displays the use of mistaken identity or doubling of the character's personality. This was used as a coding convention of the thriller genre and to create questions on behalf of the audience. It is revealed that the main character that is working for the police is also helping the criminal they are trying to catch. The use of this storyline would be an appropriate match for the title Two-Face. It also causes the audience to question if the main character is a good person or a bad person.
Get out of the house.
Different opinions are shown through the eyes of different characters. He is seen as a hero to the woman, but is a backstabber to the police force. This also implies he is two-faced. The shot is taken from the phone and is followed up as it reaches the woman answering it. This shot is on the screen for a long period of time to allow realization to who the character is and to hear the added foley of the detective's voice over the phone. A match on action is then used as the character drops the phone and leaves the room. The crosscut then goes back to the main character and he drives off in a low, wide shot. Through the duration of the opening, we decided to use credits to give credit to those that were involved in the making of the opening. We decided to put these on the left side of the screen as we felt it challenged what would usually be seen as the credits put on the right hand of the screen, as seen in the opening of Seven. We also decided to put the title of our film at the end of our opening rather than at the beginning. This is to challenge what would usually be found in the opening of the thriller films. Some films like to put their title in the middle of their opening, such as the film Catch Me If You Can. We also kept the colour scheme of black and white as it is a coding convention of the thriller genre. Upon developing the ideas we were given and the feedback in the progression of making our film, we feel we've successfully succeeded in conveying the narrative to the audience. We have left the audience asking questions such as why was the lady being hunted, why was the daughter killed, and why is he helping the criminal? Doing this makes the audience want to continue watching the film, rendering our production a successful thriller film.